with the KX News Storm Team.
Well, good morning. It's 5:47, and what we're looking at here is any of the snow that's out there is going to be winding down today. We're not expecting much more of accumulation. There's only a couple spots that, it actually for a little while in the south central, there were spots that it was rain or snowing about an inch an hour. It didn't last that long, but the intensity was. So at points it was snowing pretty good, but just not for real long. It is going to be breezy, but not real windy. I'm liking this above normal temperatures today. So snow that does fall or may continue to fall or fell overnight is likely going to melt. And mostly 40s and 50s today. So in Bismarck, just a little bit below the freezing mark, but there's no wind, so there is no wind chill. And in Minot, 19 degrees, so quite a bit colder. But again, there's no wind, so once again, there is no wind chill. In Dickinson, 29 degrees and a southerly breeze at 5 miles an hour. So I guess it's an itsy-bitsy, teeny tiny little wind chill right there. And looking at some other temperatures, yeah, and it is cold up in the Turtle Mountains from Botno over to Rolla, Denseath, Rolette, down through Rugby, even Harvey in the low 20s, but we have upper 20s to some 30s in the southwest. Beach at 23 degrees already. And looking at what it feels like with the wind, and there's only a couple spots where it's a little bit colder, like Rugby, because we just don't have that much wind. Now, what we do have is some snow showing up on the radar, but if you look at it closely here, you can kind of tell it's winding down. It's not very heavy, but that's going to be continuing to push on through over the next several hours. And our computer model, that snow is so light that a lot of the computer models are having a tough time with it. And so here we are at 7 o'clock, and it's not showing anything, but we saw it on the actual radar. By 8 o'clock tonight, it looks like partly to mostly cloudy day. Kind of depends on where you're at. And then by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, mostly cloudy to start the day. Might be a couple of snowflakes around the international border. And then this is showing just a chance of a few. You saw that green go through there. You saw a chance of a tiny little bit of rain Tuesday night into Wednesday. So this is the latest road report. There's an incident. It looks like it's just south of Bismarck. Can't tell what highway it's on, but the roads have snow on them. You can tell that. And of course, to get the latest road report, it's on your cell phone, KX Storm Team weather app. Swipe up. It's right there. Next 72 hours for Dickinson, warm weather, so much nicer than last week. And I know there are people, because I ran into them at the sports show over the weekend, there are people that still want the cold weather, but for a lot of us, it's going to be warm all week long. So 30s, 40s to around 50 today. Tonight, 20s to around 30, 31 or so. And then for the wind chills tonight, it's just not going to be that cold. And then tomorrow, 30s, 40s, 50s, maybe even some 60s. Won't that be nice? Look at the 7-day outlook. I am liking that. Alicia and Josh, these temperatures are just terrific. And again, I ran into people at the sports show over the weekend that said, hey, I like the cold. I want to do ice fishing or whatever. But this wouldn't be the week for them, but it is the week for the rest of us.
Yeah, I'd have to say, when we were driving back from the sports show, it was looking at the lake. I was like, there's a lot of ice houses on that lake right now. And I just imagine, just don't want to see any of them fall through the ice.
Right.
And it's going to be pretty sloppy out there this week. So hopefully.
What's the deadline's April 15th, is that right?
Ooh, don't quote me on. I don't.
Don't quote us on
that.
Yeah,
don't quote. We'll look into that, because I'm sure we'll have a story on that.
Yeah.
But you just think about this week, if they didn't get them off the ice last weekend.
Yeah.
They didn't get those ice houses off the ice.
Hey,
it could be.
We don't know, but we know that they're coming off sometime soon, and it's going to be a lot of moving pieces, because there are a lot of ice fishing boxes. What would you call them? Houses out there. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's for sure. And earlier I was saying, don't listen to Josh and the weather. I was just saying, because you foresee us having another weather.
I don't know, weather event. I don't know if the temperatures are going to slump for, maybe a week. I just say, don't have your expectations too high.
And I'm going to keep them high. I'm not going to listen to any of that. I'm just going to be hopeful.
You're,
we'll
hopeful.
see who wins. Okay.
Optimistic.
That's right. Plenty of stories ahead on Good Day Dakota, including vendor